my channel. The other day I received a message on Instagram from a subscriber, which I'm absolutely thankful for, and they requested for me to film a revision tips video as their year 11 exams are coming up in just a few weeks time. I am in year 12, as some of you may know. I'm in sixth form now, so this time last year I was preparing for my year 11 exams, and to tell you the truth, and I'm going to be speaking realistically here, I really wasn't the best at revising. I always got distracted and I always found just other things to do, and I just got so distracted. I'm just going to be sharing with you some tips which I used to revise and stuff, and they did help. I'm going to go straight on with this video and tell you some of my tips, and hopefully these will help you out. My very first tip is to never ever leave your revision for the night before the exam, because otherwise you're just going to get too stressed out and you won't be able to take in loads of information at once. So I would not recommend at all leaving your revision until the last minute. I think I did this like once or something for a French speaking exam, and I did really regret it. I just don't really think it's right, because you need to take in as much information as possible. I really don't think you're going to have time in just one night just to take in loads of information, so I wouldn't really recommend that, and it was a really bad thing to do. So I would recommend revising a few nights beforehand so you're fully prepared. So leading on to the first point I said, I would recommend making like a little planner or an organiser of the days when you're going to be revising. So for example, on Monday you might want to spend an hour revising biology. Tuesday you might want to spend an hour after school revising French, something like that. Just keep doing that, because I just think if you leave things to last minute, you're just going to get so muddled up and stressed out that when it comes to the exam you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be really confused, because I did that a lot as well. So yeah. A useful way of building up a planner is to make a timetable, and then you can just list the days of the week. When you get home, write down stuff that you want to revise when you get home from school, and try your hardest to stick to it, because if you don't stick to it, you're not going to feel motivated to revise and stuff. I just think stick to it. So I do know that it's easy said than done, but if you stick to it, you can reward yourself by giving yourself breaks. And if you revise for a certain amount of time after school, you can also reward yourself by watching TV before you go to bed or something like that. I really wouldn't recommend revising just before you go to bed. I mean, they say that sometimes information goes in a lot quicker when you revise before you go to bed, because they say that your brain works on it like overnight, but I don't think you should do that, because you do need to give yourself a break. Another tip is that if you're doing coursework based subjects and you need to get coursework finished by a certain deadline, in order to do this I would recommend listening to music through earphones or something like that, because it enables you to get your work completed a lot quicker. Like, I do A-level photography and my exam is on Wednesday, but luckily I don't need to revise for that. I do have a coursework book which is due around about the 8th of May. You know, I just think if you listen to music it helps you to just focus a bit more, and then, I don't know, music always motivates me to do things. My next revision tip is to make flashcards based on things that you have been learning in your subjects. So for example, if there's really important things which you have to remember, I would recommend making flashcards where you can write on the flashcards, and then on one side maybe ask yourself a question, and on the other side give yourself the answer and the definition. They are always best. I used them a lot last year for geography because we had so many things to remember, and also French. I just found that they were really useful and they enabled you to remember things off the top of your head. My very next revision tip is to buy revision guides. So you can get revision guides for any subject that you do. Like last year I had ones for science, but my brother's got my books at the moment, but I'll insert a picture of what my ones looked like here. But these were the best ones. I think they're called CGP or something like that, but they are the best. They include everything, and you can get workbooks so you can fill in little questions and answers and stuff like that, and then you can get an actual revision guide book which covers each of the topics, and then you can also get a separate book which has the answers for the workbook. And I just think they're really great because you can test yourself, and I just really recommend them, and I can't remember how much they were. My final revision tip is to practice things. So what I would recommend doing is looking through your class notes and stuff as soon as you get home from school basically, and then to practice I would recommend writing down most of your notes on like pieces of paper and keep doing that. That's what I had to do when I was practicing my French speaking, and all I kept doing was writing down my notes in a notebook, and it really did help, to be honest. And then I just kept reading over it and reading it out aloud and just practicing, and honestly it really did work. So those were a few of my revision tips for exams. I just think it's just the best way of just practicing really. I'm aware that this video may not be completely what everyone's into. This video was requested and I thought it was a really good idea because I did have experience with this, so I do know what I'm talking about. I think most of the time I never know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope it helped. So I do have quite a few good video ideas planned, which are hopefully going to be uploaded in the upcoming week. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a huge like if you did. Subscribe for more videos, comment below what you thought of this video, and if you would like any more revision technique videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Oh, how close are we? Ooh. Ooh. Quite like it like this.